Women. What surprised you the most the first time you saw or played with the peanuts? What surprised me most is that a man can be horny without being hard, or can be hard without being horny. Most of the time it's in sync. But sometimes the state of the cock does not represent the state of the owner. Why does this thread feel like one big sleepover party? Isn't Reddit just one big sleepover party? Mum, could you pick me up? When he made it move all by itself, it blew my mind. You see the helicopter? I had a very incomplete X education, so I was surprised to see that the balls were underneath the peanuts, not on top at the base. How the hell did you get the beans above the frank? Mayo sucks that you only found out after seeing one. Ah. What? Why aren't they on top of it? They should be. I think so. Ah. Ah. How squishy it is, flaccid. Makes me feel queasy when my boyfriend bends the fricker as a joke. Really? LOL. Bends dongs 180 degrees. I know it's not painful, but I feel the pain. If it's flaccid, it's like moving around your ear with your hand. If it's hard, it's like bending your nose too far. As a lesbian, this answered a lot of questions. The texture. When they said hard, I didn't know what to expect. But it wasn't that. Exactly. I was so surprised that it could be so soft and so hard at the same time. It's still pretty entertaining, to be honest. Bullskin is constantly moving. Surreal. It's like moving magic I'm painting. I'm freaking fascinated that the dudes responding to this message are just learning about it from these comments. Neat. I expected the peanuts. Didn't expect the balls to be so. There. I did expect the balls, but more like they're drawn on every wall, school desk or wherever. Did not expect that unformly sack just hanging there, and had no clue at all what to do with it. Saying hello is a good start. A handshake if you're formal. Maybe a kiss if you want to get personal. Well, where are they supposed to be? Dangling by our feet. I get mine caught in my bike chain all the time. The veins. My peanuts is more shredded than my arm's sad face. Funny, since they are getting the exact same amount of exercise. Dude, that man had a family, parents and siblings maybe. Definitely had no wife or kids. How hard they actually get. Same. It's so strange. Dongs operate on the same principle as hydraulics, which power almost all industrial machinery. Forklifts, bulldozers, jaws of life, etc. equals O equals D. Can confirm I'm using dong as forklift. It takes me a lot of stimulation to get rock hard. Same is true for quite a few other men I've spoken to about this too. It's kinda upsetting how easily some men can get that hard. It's not like us 90%ers can't have good X, but that extra 10% erection quality makes quite the difference to the quality of the X. Weirdly, I like the penetration better when it's rock hard, but I have the best orgasms when it's not as hard. It had ribs. I was confused as hell. It really felt like there were bones in there. Only later did I realize that it was the condoms we used that had those structures on it. Took a while for me to get used to the fact that dongs usually don't have ribs. Ribbed for our pleasure. Ribbed for her confusion. Saw a grower, not a show, and was super impressed by the size when erect compared to flaccid. It's truly fascinating, huh? Right. Sometimes, I slowly play with my husband just to see the growing happen. I don't know why it fascinates me so much, but it does. As a man, I admit I've done this many times before. Hey, leave her husband's peanuts alone. Never. The peanuts wasn't all one uniform color. Was veiny, and don't even get me started on when I saw the balls. I remember thinking, why are they just hanging like that? Have you ever had a closer / longer look at the balls? It's almost like a lava lamp. Yes, this was the thing that weirded me out the most. How the ball skin moves around so much on its own. I'm a guy and this weirds me out sometimes. I'm a guy and never noticed that. Not the peanuts, but testicles are alive, like to separate, living entities in a soft skin bag. I could not believe how much they move around, and if you give them a little poke, they move even more. And then if it's cold, the skin underneath gets all thick and clumpy. They are extremely fun. The first time I saw a dong, I honestly thought, no way will that fit inside me. It wasn't huge. I just was very naive about the pounding my vag can handle. I had a female friend who, in 7th grade, thought a peanuts was the thickness of a pencil. Not sure if she had a heart attack the first time she saw one or not, but the shock must have been overwhelming. I knew a girl in high school that thought an average peanuts was the size of a Gatorade bottle. That it sort of floated in a bath. I didn't expect that. Ah, reminds me of the old island in the ocean with one palm tree and two coconuts that gets flooded from time to time game. I was surprised by the size difference between soft and hard. As a peanuts owner, I'm sometimes still surprised by not only the difference between soft and hard, but the difference between totally cold water flaccid and soft and half-mast and hard and rock hard. As a peanuts owner is probably the best start to a Reddit comment I think I've seen. Mine goes from a freaking peanut to a nice size. It haunts me that one day I would not turn on fast enough and the little friend hanging there. That would be a little awkward. Mine goes from a peanut to a slightly bigger peanut. You guys are getting peanut size. How completely floppy and structureless it is when soft. I always want to flop it around like those gel sparkle stress toy tubes from the 90s. Every guy does that with his peanuts. Oh my god, that is the perfect comparison. I'll never see a soft dong the same way anymore. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm holding a peanuts. I had a similar reaction the first time I got to touch boobs. I have a similar reaction every time I touch boobs still. Lucky, the first time I did was when I accidentally grabbed my sister's. My reaction was more like, oh it, sorry, I'm leaving. I too would be leaving if I would accidentally grab my sister's peanuts. I love the holding it in this thread. Like we're at a zoo camp and the teacher just passed us a baby chicken. My girlfriend thought peanuts had to be hard to go pee. That would absolutely suck. Urinals would look a lot different. It would be like a water gun carnival game racing horses on the track. That would be fun actually. I get a little goofy when I'm nervous, so I did the up down left right movement with it, which is super fun. My now husband said, "Did you just use a cheat code for my dong?" So I guess it worked. Together for 12 years now. Life pro tip. If you do the Konami code with your PP while he's inside you and he comes, you can get an extra life. 9 months is a long time to wait for a cheat code. It can jump on its own. That was my first surprise too. Made me jump when he flexed and it jumped. And the throb when it comes. When me and my husband were first dating, I would put peanuts on the tip. Then he would flex it and I would catch them in my mouth. LOL. We got really good at it. That's freaking nuts. What struck me the most was that it's just there, dangling away, all day, every day, just hanging out with its ball buddies. Like, how do you not sit on it? Is it not constantly annoying? Is the satisfaction of unsticking it from your thighs worth the discomfort of it sticking in the first place? The fact that I actually liked the way it looked, and still find them aesthetically pleasing. I hear a lot of people talk about how ugly genitals are, and when you're a teenager and first start exploring X, there were so many of my friends that said peanuts are ugly. I just kind of believed them. Lived in a very Catholic household, so I didn't watch Peen, but when I first saw and touched one, I was just startled by how much I liked the way it looked. The texture of the skin, soft and warm, but also how it had a curve in it. I thought a peanuts was meant to be completely straight. I was also surprised at the velvety feel of the skin. The skin is very silky, velvety, isn't it? The feeling is so different to, say, his hands or face or chest. It just feels nice to touch. It feels nice when it's soft. I agree. I like when it's floppy and it's really tiny from the cold, because it's kinda cute and I love how it changes when it grows. The difference in shape and skin texture. I wish I had one of my own sometimes. I would be so embarrassed if someone told me mine was tiny and cute, even if it was meant as a compliment. Helicopter dong. That it was wild the first time I saw it. Need to impress a chick. Need to do it real quick. Then pull out your junk. Do the helicopter dong. Oh, I see. A man coming from the loneliest island on the world. Also known as the helicopter. Bulls are hilarious. As a lifelong owner of a pair. Yes, bulls are indeed hilarious. Until you sit on them. Enjoy getting old, kids. Not my proudest moment, but the first time I saw my first boyfriend ejaculate, I giggled and said, Volcano, and was way too happy. Ex-boyfriend was confused. First time I ever gave a BJ, I was holding my boyfriend's dong and I leaned down and got really close and gently tapped on the head like a mic and said, "Is this thing on?" We both laughed about it and it definitely helped calm my nerves about my first time. LOL. I have had multiple women use my peanuts as a microphone. Always gets a good laugh. I'll never be funnier than I was in that moment. I've always said that you should be able to have a laugh with the person you're having sex with. It doesn't always have to be serious and hot. I've always said that you should be able to have a laugh with the person you're having sex with. I must be doing it right. Ladies are laughing left and right when I have sex with them.